In this installment, we're going to be going over the NBA Draftkings and Fanduel slate for April 5th. Let's get into it. Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Chef D, and I'm here to bring you the winning ingredients for your April 5th NBA DraftKings and FanDuel slate. But before I deep dive into that, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram and Twitter at MetsNetShetsD. Don't forget about the TikTok at Chef_D91. And don't forget about the Patreon for obviously, we have the NFL draft coming up very soon at the end of April. We're working into the NBA playoffs, and we have baseball right now. Get in, get locked in for those daily picks. All those links will be provided down below. Before we go position by position, we're going to start off with the injury report here. And it's a lot of questionables here. You got to wait on news, all right? Stay tuned to Twitter. Stay tuned to RotoWire or RotoWorld/NBA. Use those three links there to definitely key in on who's going to be in or out. This is the end of the season here. There's a lot of people that are going to be resting. Some teams are already set up in the playoffs, and some teams are fighting for spots. So we're going to key in on guys that are going to be fighting for spots. So some of the guys that are going to be questionable right now, D'Angelo Russell, we're waiting on news for him. Chris Middleton, Kyle Kuzma, Jaylen Brown, Kristaps Porzingis, Bradley Beal, Thaddeus Young, Miles Turner. It goes on and on. Paul George is obviously out. We got a Q tag on Kyrie Irving. We have a Q tag on Luka Doncic. The Mavericks are deciding if they want to still even go for the play-in as well. Some dudes that are definitely out. It's going to be Tyrese Halliburton, Denny Advija. Those are going to be the main guys that are going to be out. But stick to news. Definitely wait and be patient, and then pivot off those guys that are going to be receiving major boosts from their stars not playing in these games. Let's go on to the point guards. At the point guard position, I'm going to attack this game here between the Clippers and the Lakers. We're going to start off with Austin Reeves, all right? Austin Reeves is going to be the point guard we're going to look towards. We're waiting on news on D'Angelo Russell. If he is in, then we can temper expectations just a tad. But Austin Reeves, in or out with D'Angelo Russell, he's been getting 30-plus minutes each and every game. He's been a bright spot for this Laker team as a rookie draft pick, and he stepped up, okay? So as you can see, we have 30 fantasy points against Houston, 31 against Chicago, 31 against the Thunder. Been playing very well. That's why he's at this salary of $7,500. He gets a boost if Russell is out, so definitely stick to news here. The next guy we're going to look at for the point guard position will be De'Aaron Fox. So don't forget about Reeves. De'Aaron Fox is going to be second in our list here against the Dallas Mavericks. I don't know what happened to this team. Obviously, they thought they were making a great deal trading and getting and acquiring Kyrie Irving, but this boat has really sank the ship here, and they don't even know if they want to fight for the play-in right now. So we will see what happens if Kyrie's going to play, or even Luka Doncic. But on the other side of the ball, that leaves a great spot for every player on the Sacramento Kings side. De'Aaron Fox is the leader of this team, and he will have a field day against backups against these Dallas Mavericks and even the starters. That's been the glaring weakness here. Dallas Mavericks can't play defense. They've been giving up an absurd amount of points. They gave up 133 points against the Hawks the other day. So this is going to be a perfect matchup for Fox. He should destroy this team. Obviously, he's been very clutch this whole entire season. So I like him at 8,200. And my favorite point guard of the slate for Wednesday will be Russell Westbrook. And a little bit of a revenge narrative here. $8,900 in salary. No Paul George. Pretty much him and Kawhi Leonard. This is the 1-2 punch that they got. We've seen a great performance from Russell Westbrook against Memphis. 63 fantasy points in that one. And then he came through against the Pelicans with 49.25. That's what you want to see from Russell Westbrook, a very highly motivated Westbrook. That's why I want to attack this price here at 8,900. The game environment against the Lakers. Lakers are fighting for a spot as well, trying to get positioning. So are the Los Angeles Clippers. They do not want to lose steam. They want to stay in their current position as well. So all these factors here, definitely want to stack the guys in this Clippers and Lakers game, and period. Stack teams that are in must-win situations. Those are going to be the situation where you want to play the stars, okay? Not the guys that are going to be half-assing it. They play half a game and then they sit the rest. They're bringing in young talent. Stick to games that are very, very important. That's going to be here between the Clippers and the Lakers. Let's go on to the shooting guards. For the shooting guards, we're going to go with Ben Mathurin of the Indiana Pacers here. The Knicks already locked up a spot. Indiana's out of the picture, but when you get these teams that are out, then they're going to utilize their youth. Ben Mathurin is a guy they're going to give a ton of minutes, see what he can produce. Look at the minutes he's been producing. 33 against Cleveland, 35 against OKC, 41 against Milwaukee, 38 against Dallas. He's getting a ton of usage. He has high upside scoring the basketball. If he can fill in with some peripherals with rebounds and blocks and steals, then we can definitely bank in on a very high floor here for Ben Mathurin against the New York Knicks, who are already set in the playoffs in their spots, so they might be throwing up a couple backups in there, and Ben Mathurin can definitely take advantage of those situations. So like him at $6,200 in salary. All right, the next shooting guard we're going to look at will be Malik Monk. All right, Malik Monk has been the bright spot of the Sacramento Kings. Yes, Kevin Huerter is a solid shooting guard as well, but I want to find someone on the bench here. This sixth man has been solid all year long, and he's coming off of 2 good games against the Portland Trail Blazers. He's got the hot hand right now. I think he's going to roll over in this game against Dallas, another poor defensive team here. All right, he already had 39 against Portland and then 36. Now another poor defensive team here at below $5,500 in salary. Got to take a shot on Malik Monk here. This could be a blowout situation where you're going to see a ton of bench opportunities for the Sacramento Kings, and he's going to be the guy that's going to be benefiting from those minutes. All right, let's move on to the small forwards. For the small forwards, we're going to start off with the Washington Wizards shooting guard / small forward here in Corey Kispert. This man from Gonzaga is a three-point expert, and he's been on fire the past 7 games, all right? We're seeing more shot attempts from him, more confidence coming from him. It's going to benefit him going into next season. He's mainly a scorer. He's not going to give you peripherals. The main point is there's no Bradley Beal, most likely, no Kyle Kuzma, no Kristaps Porzingis, and no Denny Avdija. So that's going to be the whole pretty much kit caboodle from shooting guard to small forward to power forward. They're missing a ton of wing players. Corey Kispert's going to be stepping up and taking a ton of shots and a lot of opportunities, knocking down threes. 4 of 11 against the Knicks, 9 of 14 against Orlando, 5 of 11 against Toronto, 6 of 9 against San Antonio. So you want to take advantage of this opportunity at the end of the season. He's going to be taking a ton of shots, and if he goes on fire, we can see a potential of 35 to even 40 fantasy points coming from Kispert at below $6,000 in salary. Take advantage of the fact that he's getting a ton of minutes and a ton of usage because there's no one left on the Washington Wizards side, okay? So love Corey Kispert at 5,700. The next small forward we're going to look at will be Jordan Nwora here for the Indiana Pacers. This is another guy that's been getting a ton of minutes here for the Pacers. They got him from the Milwaukee Bucks. He is someone that can score and rebound, so I like the acquisition of him. He had a double-double against Cleveland, 13, 6, and 6 against the Thunder, 18 and 2 against Milwaukee, 13 and 9 against Dallas, 33 against Atlanta. So you see the upside here for Jordan Nwora. It's not really up and down that much. He's gonna give you around 30 fantasy points. The question is, can he get you 40? I think he can. This is a situation in And the Pacers are going to be playing their youthful guys. I already gave you Ben Mathurin. This is another guy right here that's going to be able to take over his usage and put the ball in the basket and help you in other categories. So $6,000, the salary of Noir, have no problem going towards this Pacer stack between him and Ben Mathurin, especially if you got a Q tag on Miles Turner, no Tyrese Halliburton, and pretty much Buddy Hield is really much a non-factor there. So love Jordan Noir at $6,000 in salary. Let's move on to the power forwards. For the power forwards, we're going to start off with DeMar DeRozan here. This Chicago Bulls team is fighting for that 10 play-in spot, okay? They need to continue to win to stay in that spot at 10. If they lose, then they can fall out of the playoff scene. And DeRozan has had great games, absolutely outstanding games against these Milwaukee Bucks. He's averaging 65 fantasy points, well above 20 points above his season average against the Bucks here in 2 games. It's not just one, it's 2. So we got back-to-back 60-plus performance games from DeMar DeRozan, all right? So you got to take advantage of that. This is a must-win situation. Love DeMar DeRozan. He just went for 31, 7, and 5 against Memphis. He had 41, 41, and 43, all against the Los Angeles teams in the past week. So DeMar DeRozan is on fire right now. You get someone that's been going to get probably close to 50-plus fantasy points at below $9,000 in salary. You got to take advantage of it. Love him at $8,600. The next guy at power forward we're going to look towards will be Jaren Jackson Jr. With no Dylan Brooks, it's going to be a John Morant. It's going to be Desmond Bane, and it's going to be Jaren Jackson Jr. against the Pelicans. Pelicans are in a must-win situation. They don't want to fall out of the play-in spot as well. They want to keep their current position. Memphis here, they're going to be playing their studs out on the court against the highly motivated Pelicans team. This should be a high-scoring affair, okay? Already in 3 previous matchups, he's got around 33 fantasy points in those 3 games. I think he's going to be able to take it to a whole nother level here. Hopefully give it a performance like he did against the Chicago Bulls. 31 points there, 8 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 block. The key ingredient for Jaren Jackson to have a great day is foul trouble, okay? So as long as he stays out of foul trouble, we can see a big performance out of him against the Pelicans. They're getting healthier. They're going to be highly motivated in this situation, so I have no problem going towards him at $8,100 in salary. On to the centers. For the center position, we're going to start off with Anthony Davis. The team is on his shoulders right now. LeBron is back, but he is not fully in LeBron mode yet. Once the playoffs comes around, he's going to be locked in and locked on. Right now, they're riding the shoulders of Anthony Davis. We're talking about huge performances. 65 against Minnesota, 63 against Chicago, 60 against OKC Thunder, and then 56 against Houston. Anthony Davis is looking like his old self from the year that they won the NBA Finals in that season. So Anthony Davis, you got to ride the hot hand. I already gave you Russell Westbrook on the other side. We got to choose someone for the Lakers that's really going to go off, and that's going to be my guy, and Anthony Davis at $10,900. If you want to pay up for a stud, this is the one that you do want other than Russell Westbrook. All right, Russell Westbrook is at a little cheaper price here, more of a bargain. He has the upside to get a triple-double. And Anthony Davis here is someone that can get you a big, huge ginormous double-double. We're talking 40 points, 38 points, 38 points, 37. That's what we want to see from Anthony Davis. He's feeling confident. I'm loving what I'm seeing out of him, and he's someone that you can pay up for at that current price, all right? A center that's going to be a little bit cheaper will be Nicholas Claxton of the Brooklyn Nets here. Going up against the Detroit Pistons, so this is a great matchup. The Pistons, the lonely Pistons here. Claxton took full advantage of this all season long. In 2 previous games against the Pistons, he's averaging 37 fantasy points against this team in the Pistons. Around 16.5 points, around 2.5 blocks a game, and 10 rebounds with almost 2 assists a game as well from Nick Claxton. So if you want to save a little bit of salary, someone that's going to get you close to a 40 bomb, Claxton is going to be your guy, all right? Let's move on to FanDuel and get into the value plays. for the value plays, we're going to start off with the Washington Wizards here with all these guys out, all right? They're decimated at that point guard position as well. Jordan Goodwin, it has been the starting point guard for this team. We have Delon Wright out on illness, Monte Morris out on illness. So this guy right here, Jordan Goodwin, he's been the leading point guard for this team. Not even Kendrick Nunn. All right, so Jordan Goodwin going to take advantage of his opportunity getting more minutes. He had 30 against San Antonio, got you 36 fantasy points. 24 against New York Knicks, got you 11, 7, and 6 with the steal. 31 fantasy points right there. So definitely have no problem going towards him at $5,500 in salary. Take advantage of the usage bump, all right? Now, for Memphis Grizzlies, Luke Kennard with Dylan Brooks being out, he's going to be in a spot to take more shots here, okay? So Dylan Brooks is being held out by the Grizzlies due to a hip issue. That's going to give minutes to Luke Kennard, the very lethal three-point shooter right here. Nice middling amount of fantasy points here, 22, 31 against Orlando, 37 against Houston. That's the type of upside that we can look towards in Luke Kennard for this current matchup here. So at 5,100, he can be someone that we can have in as a value spot, and then we can go towards someone a little more higher priced at the shooting guard position, okay? Now, last but not least, James Wiseman as the center here. No Marvin Bagley. Jalen Duren is off the bench. The starting center is James Wiseman. He's been playing very well since coming over from the Golden State Warriors. We want a little bit more consistency out of him. He's had 2 double-doubles in the last 3 games. That's another positive to see as well. If we can get a couple more blocks in there, then we can definitely have a huge performance from Wiseman. If we go a little bit before, he had 36 against Miami, 31 against Washington, 43 against the Pacers. So against the Brooklyn Nets, this is another spot that's going to be beneficial to opposing centers. And James Wiseman can have another ball spot that we can see similar to what he's done in his previous games. So at $5,700 in salary, James Wiseman is going to be our final value play for this slate. So thank you guys for tuning in. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Make sure you're following me on Instagram and Twitter at MetsNetJetsD. And I'll be back with another video very soon, all right? Peace out, guys.